What is going on YouTube? What's going on Facebook? It's your man Kelsey-Bernard coming to you live from both simultaneously at the same time. Real quick, I just wanted to pop my head in the door and make a statement real quick. One thing I've been seeing on my timeline tonight, I've been seeing a few people say that they don't want to see politics involved with the NFL. They want to keep the two separate. They want to keep the protests out of. Let me fix this camera. Good grief. They want to keep the NFL and the political. And the protests separate, right? But there's a problem when it comes to that. There's a big problem, and I'm gonna tell you why. It's not just that it's politics that's coming into the NFL, that's gaining attention through the NFL protests. It's about what's being protested. You know what I'm saying? It's about the fact that the football players are protesting the unarmed killing of African Americans around the country. The human lives are being snuffed out and taken away, and taking a knee is something that the football players have been doing, something simple, and you're just taking a knee. You know, it's not like you're getting up and saying, F this, F that, being disrespectful, but you're just taking a knee and making a statement, because it seems like nobody wants to listen. Nobody wants to hear the gripes of the sufferings of African Americans around the country. So we think that taking a knee would be something simple just to gain attention. You know what I'm saying? And some people are saying, oh, wait, we don't want to see that negativity in the football games. Well, how else are we going to get your attention? If we can't get your attention by taking a knee, you know what I'm saying? Or we can't get your attention by, simply saying, hey, stop killing us, then what else are we going to do? You want us to sit back and be docile and not do anything. That's what you want us to do. Sit down and be quiet and not do anything. You know what I'm saying? So, but we can't do that. We can't do that. Taking a knee is something that's very simple. It's a simple gesture. And last night on my broadcast, I said it's similar to taking the American flag and putting it at half staff. All the military folks know what I'm talking about. You're putting the flag at half staff and you're saying, hey, we're in a state of grief right now for the country. And that's what we are. When you kill innocent Americans, and yes, African Americans are just as American as everyone else. When you kill innocent Americans who are unarmed and not a threat, around the country, then, we're going to say something. We're not just going to let that happen, Let's see, we got the comments here. It says, what do you think about everyone kneeling? Does the flag have anything to do with it? Well, yeah, the flag, yeah. As far as the flag, I wouldn't say that the flag is, I wouldn't say that they're disrespecting the flag when you're kneeling. And here's why. I would say that kneeling is simply a form of objection to saying that things are not quite right in the country, because the American flag is supposed to stand for freedom, supposed to stand for righteousness, equality for all. However, that's not what's happening in the country, apparently, so that's why everybody's protesting. That's why they're taking a knee. So, again, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really chaps. I'm just going to say, it really chaps my ass. It really chaps my ass to hear that. Like, to see, keep politics out of it. It's not merely politics. We're basically saying, hey, this is wrong what's happening in the country, and we just want everybody to get on the same page. Everybody's saying, it's divisive. How is it divisive saying that it's wrong to kill an unarmed African American? That's what the protests are about. It's not about disrespecting the flag. It's not about that at all. And as far as me, personally, I'm very patriotic. Shoot, like, you'll see, like, sometimes I even get the chills hearing the anthem playing. Like this morning, I could hear the anthem playing from the base outside of my window this morning, and I got chills. However, y'all saw my post last night. I talked about how the Star Spangled Banner that has a third stanza that does not sit well with African Americans. Doesn't sit well with African Americans. So we have to look at that kind of stuff and think like, when that was written, our people weren't free at the time. Our people were not free at the time. And, it says the land of the free, the home of the brave, right? They should change it. The land of the free, the home of the slave at the time. That's what it was. The land of the free and the home of the slave. That's exactly what it was at the time. So we can't sit here and act like, everything was equal back then and whatnot. But, that's the controversy behind that, behind the Star Spangled Banner. And then they said the Star Spangled Banner wasn't made the national anthem until, I believe, the 50s, I believe. Wasn't even a national anthem until the 50s. So, what I'm saying? They can miss me with that nonsense, But again, leaving politics out of NFL, it's really crazy. I mean, I believe it's deeper than that for them. It's not merely that they don't want politics in the NFL. That, let me just sit down and watch my game and ignore the fact that innocent, my fellow innocent citizens are being killed. I mean, it's all messed up. You just want to sit down and ignore that. Watch a little football game and whatnot. And then I got something to say real quick to those who are totally ignoring everything that's going on with this. You just want to sit back and keep your ears closed and whatnot. Those who are watching the football games, all right? You're and it's nothing inherently wrong with watching the football games. You dig? There's nothing inherently wrong with watching them. However, there's a boycott going on, and there has been a boycott going on for since the beginning of the season, and it is affecting the NFL. It's making an impact. Just do some research about it. I think the NFL is losing a vast amount of viewers, and we're pretty much hitting them in the pockets. And that's the purpose of a boycott, is to hit them in the pockets and make a statement and say, hey, you're not gonna blackball my homie Colin Kaepernick. You're not gonna blackball him because he kneeled for his people, and he made a statement for his people and saying, hey, killing unarmed African Americans is wrong. It's not about disrespecting the flag. It's not about, and also half of you cats out there, let me go in on you. Half of you dudes out there, some of the military people that's on my timeline, and some of the military people that's watching around the world, half of you dudes don't even stand up don't even stand at attention when the national anthem is playing on base. You know why? Because your ass run right inside when it come in. When you hear the 5-minute alarm when you hear the 5-minute warning before it goes off, your ass be running inside of the building. Don't say that I'm lying. You do it every day. You hypocrites. You do it every day. So don't sit up there and act like you so patriotic and you mad that everybody is you mad that the NFL players are protesting the national anthem. I mean, give me a break. Are you serious? The biggest hypocrites. I know what it is though. It's not that you're so patriotic and that they're disrespecting the flag. It's just that black people are starting to say something about it, about their mistreatment. You just don't like that. That's the issue. It's just that you don't like it. Just say it. Just be upfront, be bold, and say you don't like it. You either come out in the open and say, hey, I don't want black people standing up for what they believe is right, or you come on our side and say, hey, we're gonna stand with y'all. We're gonna kneel with you guys. Like that one cat on the Seattle Seahawks. He stood with when Michael Bennett was kneeling or sitting, he stood there, white guy. He stood there and put his hand on Michael Bennett's shoulder, and basically was saying, I'm here with you, man. I got your back. That's your response. That's supposed to be your response to it. Not saying, oh, don't do it. And the only reason you're saying don't do it is because you don't care. And when a black person gets shot and killed, you don't care. That's the thing, And I would go, matter of fact, let me do it. Let me do it right now. Let me get into the psychology behind it. There's an article from a journal, a peer-reviewed journal, and I'm going to do a show on peer-reviewed resources when doing researches. I'm gonna do that one day pretty soon. But there's an article that talks racism and empathy. there was a study done that shows how people responded when they saw someone of the opposite race, or not opposite race, because we're the same race but different ethnic groups. We're the same human race but different ethnic groups. But when they saw like a picture of a black person, their response would be non-empathetic, because that's just how it is in this country. That's how the country has been for the time that's been in existence, which has to change, and it's ridiculous that we're still doing this. So it's and that in relation to the NFL, we need to have empathy for those who are protesting. I'm gonna say that again. You need to have some empathy for those who are protesting. Have a heart, have some empathy, and say, hey, I may not know what it's like to go through what you're going through, but as a human being, you're obviously in pain and you're protesting something. Let me stand here with you. Even if you don't understand, say, hey, I'm gonna be a human freaking being. I'm gonna be a human being, and I'm gonna empathize with you. Be a human. That's what distinguishes us between animals. That's why we're not animals, because we have empathy and the ability to understand what's right and wrong, and to feel sorry for one another. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But all right, y'all. I'm getting tired of holding these cameras up. I feel like I'm being IT'd or PT'd something right now. So yeah. But anyway, guys, hey, if you're watching this on Facebook or YouTube, don't forget to subscribe with the little button at the bottom on YouTube, and then push the gray bell for updates, because you'll get an alert for an update when it comes to the next post or whatnot. But I honestly didn't expect to post anything tonight. I honestly didn't expect to record a thing tonight. And the reason I didn't expect to do it is because I didn't expect to see nonsense going on tonight, And it's crazy. Crazy. But all right, guys, my back hurts. So let me go ahead and get out of here, and I will be talking to all of you soon. Again, subscribe. All right, y'all. All right, love you guys, and I hope to hear your feedback. I hope to hear from you soon, and I look forward to the next program. Adios.